welcome to another exciting episode of Millennial Talk. And this is the month of August. Happy New Month, by the way. This month, we're going to be talking extensively on entrepreneurship, and we're going to be sharing insights as to how you can, get impact when it comes to your startup, small business, or medium scale business at the same time. Well, today we are going to be looking into the importance of branding to entrepreneurship, or should I say the importance of branding to small businesses. So if you're having a startup business, the first thing that you think of is, how do I give my brand an identity, or how do I brand my business into something that is feasible, something that people can identify with? And that's the most important question. So we're going to be talking about how you can do that in the right way. And if you're having struggles with branding, we're going to be talking extensively on that. But I'm not going to be having this conversation alone. Of course, I have with me my host, Bukumi.
Hi guys. Hi. Thank you for joining us today. If you're a new subscriber, thank you, you're welcome. And if you have been following us, you're also welcome. Kindly share our episodes. Thank you. So, speaking about branding, today we are seeing that there's a need to brand your business, to create, like you mentioned, a personality around your brand. That social media today has created an opportunity for millennials to, put your brand out there. We've talked about, taking advantage of digital mediums to grow your business. But at the same time, how does my business stand out? Why should I patronize you compared to somebody else? Yeah. So I'm not the expert here anyway, so let me not.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of people actually, when they think about branding, the first thing they can think about is it's all about their colors and their logos, the shape of the logo, or how the game it is. But that's not really the idea around branding. Branding goes beyond all of that. Yes, it is important, but it goes beyond. It goes to identify your business, what your business stands for, what you're trying to sell, the personality of your business. So it is important to properly understand how to brand your business in order to get it right. In fact, in order to pass the right message across so that people can identify with what your brand is selling and the purpose of what it's trying to impact, in the lives of people, because they are the final consumers.
Exactly. Your target audience. You want to ensure your target audience gets the best of whatever product you're putting out there. Yeah. Having this discussion with us is the founder of Publicity House. His name is Daniel Friday. Hi, Daniel.
Hello.
He's going to be telling us, giving us all the deets about how to brand your business as a millennial, business owner. So tell us about Publicity House, or yourself, since are you the face of the brand, right? Okay, so just tell us about yourself and how you started Publicity House.
Okay, so my name is Daniel Friday Okodi. I'm from Akwa Ibom State in Nigeria. Okay, so I've been doing social media stuff, branding, strategy for a period of time now. And Publicity House. Okay, so I started Publicity House in late 2017, 2018. And I was still working. I was working somewhere when the whole idea came. And how did I get the name Publicity House? Okay, I was like, okay, Publicity House. Okay, a house where people can come in, you welcome them, and you serve them what they want. So what do I mean by serve them what they want? So like, they're hungry for their businesses to grow. They're hungry for their businesses to be out there, the services, the products. So you prepare them something, give them what to put out there for people to see. So I started Publicity House in 2018, and June 29 made it 2 years, and it has been an amazing journey so far. And that's just been God pushing it, and giving me the idea.
Thank God.
It's always God.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, well, that's great. I mean, what are the services? I mean, what does Publicity? Because you've talked about how the brand started, but what are the services that the brand offers? How does it impact the society?
Okay, so first of all, I started Publicity House because I wanted brands and individuals to really understand the benefits of using social media platforms. Now, we have a whole lot of people that abuse social media platforms because they feel they have a smartphone, they have internet connections, and they just feel, okay, let me just go online and post pictures and post
And
one or
just
two things
do
and just
whatever
do
I
something
like.
because every other person is
Is
doing
doing
it.
it.
So the first thing I planned while creating the brand publicity house was to give back to the community. So it doesn't have to be giving them financial support or anything. So one of my my laid down plan, first of all, and the first service we reach out to people is to help them plan their businesses.
Okay.
Put a flesh to the skeleton they already have in their heads. So you have a sketch, you have skeleton, and would ask you and put a flesh to it. So what do I mean? What do I mean by putting a flesh to the skeleton is help you push out your brand out there. It's just like having an empty tin with water content in it. So if there's no label on it that it is water, I can decide to label it acid, and you believe it's acid. So we put a brand name to whatever you have. So that's what we do.
Okay, so
Sell
you're
it
talking
properly.
about mostly handling startups.
Yes, startups. Yes,
consultancy.
consultancy.
Okay.
So by the way, we now have graphic designs, motion graphics, video editing. So we go out to speak. We have trainings for social media guys. We have trainings for video editors. We have a whole lot of things. But one of the things, like our sole thing we do is
Branding.
branding.
But how important is color? Because most times when you say, "Oh, I want to brand my business," you're thinking
Yeah,
of
very
putting
Okay.
the nice I don't know. There's this film when when
Look and feel.
Yes, look and feel. You just
yeah.
want to everything is fine. The graphics, the fonts, and all of those things. How important is it in building your
Okay, so for colors, I think colors and logos and all of those things should come later. So the first question is, okay, I'm going to use this. Who is your brand? I'm sure you'll be like, why using the word who? So who is your brand? So for me, I feel the role of personal branding in brands have been abused.
Bastardized.
Yes, I think that's the word. So first of all, personal branding plays 80% of the role in brands.
What about people who don't want to identify themselves with their brand?
Okay, so now when I mean personal branding, so I don't mean the individual coming into the brand.
Okay.
Now we have brand archetypes. So what do we mean by brand archetype? So who is your brand? So now who is Danzo? Who is Daniel Friday? So okay, you can now say, oh, Daniel is a quiet guy, is an amazing person, is
That's
lovely.
the personality.
So that's the personality you add to your brand. So one of the things that brands over time have come to do in branding is they now drop relatable content that when you go to their pages, you can have an idea without them saying anything. When they put out pictures there, you can relate to it. So like there's a personality, they're like talking to you directly, like you're talking to a person. So now if I cannot talk to you, your brand as a person, like I can't relate. So that means your brand does not, cannot give me what I want. So I need a solution. I go to a doctor and the doctor is talking to me like a robot. Hello, Danzo, what do you want this morning? I have malaria. Okay, stand up, move. So you understand, like there's no communication, there's no connection. So for brands, the logos and the colors and all of those things will come much later. But what they need to understand is your brand talking about wisdom? What are you giving to people? Is it about wisdom? Is it about solutions? Who's your brand? Is your brand an aggressive brand that solutions back, or you take your time? So they have different types of brands. You understand? So the top names you can Coca-Cola. They cut across different type of things, feelings, celebration.
Yeah.
So that's
Happiness.
something, happiness. So that's something you can relate with. You understand? When it comes to so Pepsi is about entertainment, you have football, so they're touching so that's the identity with the brand. So GT Bank is about the cool, fashion, youthful lifestyle. So when you see these brands, that's what now bets their colors.
Okay. Yeah.
So I chose orange color because orange is cool. Orange is like life. So when you see green is always associated with agriculture and all of. So most people don't understand the colors they pick for their brands. You see security brand that are using green, you'll be like, I don't understand. Are they securing cons? So understand? So these are the things most people don't really come to understand when picking colors, when building their brand. So everybody's like, I want to build a brand. First thing is get a graphic designer, color,
design.
Okay, so you're saying you have to understand your brand's personality before you pick a color for your brand.
I'm a guy now, and the first thing I go to the market is to go and buy lace, pink lace. I need to sew knicker. Like when you see me, be like, who's this? You understand? So you have to understand your brand personality first. First, you now say, okay, what goes with this personality.
Personality.
So a cool guy that wears shirts, you understand, that wears trousers, that wears glasses with belts, is always shirts is always iron. So that's a cool brand. That's when you now say, okay, a logo, a color, how do you talk to your customers, how do you relate to them, how do you provide solutions to all of those things. You now see somebody who's wearing a shirt with a polo and has tattoos with sneakers. So that's like, what's up, what is this thing, let's give you solutions. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's what bets your colors, that's what bets your fonts. So you can't tell me I'm selling small chops and I'm going to look for streets, like, you understand? Like, people will look at, okay, Fina chops, and I'm not seeing the name very well. I'm like, do you get? So people need to understand the personality first. So if I come to your page and you're selling bags and I cannot relate to it, you just post pictures there on Instagram and DM me for price. I'll be like, are you ready for business? Are you ready for business? Like, what if I now DM you and you're not available? So your brand is what would push you to say, okay, yes, this is how long we should take before we respond to customers. You know, this is, you understand? So those are things that you first need to do before you start talking about colors, start talking about fonts, and start talking about how you want to do all of those things online. So I think most people have really missed it from the start of the business.
Okay. So how important do you think branding is to start up? The reason why I'm asking is this, because like, for instance, you mentioned you're having a startup. You need to start with getting all these other personalities right before you can even start. Because most branding, where I know it works, is they first of all draw a logo, give it to a designer, design before the business even starts. Now, I understand that you can have an idea of all these personality traits that you want to do. So how important do you think is branding? Can I just have a startup idea and kick off while trying to brand, or do I do the branding first before I start the business?
So you are branding first before starting. Okay, let me give you a good idea. So when GT Bank, I'm allowed to say that, when GT Bank started the branding for their USSD, we started seeing 737 everywhere.
Yeah.
So everyone like 737. Like,
we didn't really
so
understand.
There was no logo attached to the 737
at that time.
At that time. So over time, you now started saying, oh, 737, oh, GT Bank.
Yes. True.
So first of all, you need to do all of your stuff before. Those are new branding first before you now understand. So you need to do all of these things first. So now, why am I saying this? Branding is like the icing on the cake. So all of the ideas and all of the stuff, and you can have all of the money and your branding is zero.
True.
So first of all, you need to understand that, okay, your branding, you need to understand all of this before the branding should even come in.
Okay.
So your whatever you are doing, just like building this stuff, a chair, and you want to do the cover before you put the foam. Do you understand? So you need to do the foam first. How do you want the shape of the chair to look like? So that's what will now determine how you cut the clothes and you cover it. So your branding is like the face to your business. It's like, okay, pro share to the business. So imagine you coming to a house and there's no number. Somebody says, I live at number 47. When you come, you see number 47. And the person comes and does not see number 47. Do you understand? So the person will just be roaming around. So you first
that's how your customers.
Yes, that's how the customers will now understand. Okay, oh, number 47, oh, the house with the black gate, oh, one-story building, oh, with 2 glasses, there's AC outside. So without all of those things, imagine that there's no AC outside, then person will pay number 47. So the person will just come and be lost.
Yeah, that's true.
So you need to, the branding should like come later. When you understand what you want to go into the market for.
Okay, so how about, I think another aspect or angle to that question would be, what about someone who has an idea?
Okay.
And I would say you already answered that question anyway, because you already said the framework is more important than the brand. Okay, what if I have done the framework? I've put the structure to my business. I know how my customers, the first point of contact with my customers. I know, okay, if somebody sends me a message on my takes and puts up an order on my website, I know the process by which, at the end of the day, I do my delivery, the product gets to them. How now, where do you start with branding your business?
Okay.
So I've written all I know how my business is supposed to run. I know everything. So how do I now put the cover? What kind of cover do I put? How do I put the colors? How do I put the lipstick and the clothes and everything?
Your branding starts the minute when you know that you're ready for the market. Just like the person who wants to go out. Your branding starts the moment when you choose your clothes that you want to wear out.
Okay. So the outing you are going to determines the type of clothes that you wear.
Yeah, so the markets will now tell you, after doing all of stuff, you now say, okay, I'm going to a market where I want to sell cameras.
Okay.
So you now say, okay, what type of people use cameras?
Okay.
How do I approach them? So you don't go to people that rent cameras looking like someone that doesn't understand what you want to go there to do. So your branding starts that moment you decide that, yes, I'm ready for the market. So that's when you now sit and say, okay, yes, the cameras I want to sell, how do I want to sell it? Do I want to buy them down, or do I want to get people that want to sell and help them buy? So that's where your branding comes in. Do you understand? That's where you now start saying, okay, my services are online, services are offline. They're going to reach me via my website. They're going to reach me via phone numbers. Am I going to be on WhatsApp, or am I going to be on? Do you understand? So that's where all of those things. The moment you decide I want to go to the market, that's where your branding should start.
Okay, so let me just cut you short there. What's now the role of influencers in pushing a brand? Because I know that in influencer marketing, because we discussed it like some time ago, influencer marketing, people choose particular influencers for their brands. But at the same time, we see that, just like you mentioned, social media, there's so much garbage. People just do whatever. So how do you, for people who want to use influencers to influence their business, how do they ensure that an influencer fits the brand or their own brand they're trying to push?
So very simple question. Look for an influencer that does similar stuff to your industry.
Okay.
So even if you don't get somebody, you look for another person that has a wider audience that would help you. So now why do I say so? So imagine that I want to push out okay, let me give you a good example. Real estate companies are making use of actors and actresses.
Yeah.
Now they know those guys have audience.
The kind of audience
they want. So these people, they see houses in their movies.
Okay.
Do you understand? So that's like similar stuff. So these houses and all of these interiors and the decorations and all the blah and everything. So now this is their field. So imagine me that I want to open a supermarket and now get somebody who's in the agriculture field. Okay, no, it will still work. Somebody who does
so say for instance, like you're trying to sell bread and then you go and meet somebody who you always see things like, someone that sells enhancement drugs.
Yes, you can imagine.
To push bread.
To push bread. So you have to look for somebody that will push your brand. So if I'm going to push ProShare and I need influencers, of course I'll look for music artists.
Please, I think we need that suggestion right now.
I'll look for music artists. I'll look for influencers who make use of social media stuff. I'll look for YouTubers.
But ProShare is a business brand.
That's what I'm saying.
Market is
everywhere.
Everywhere. Entrepreneurship, business, provide research information. So if we're going to push the brand on social media, how? Who are the people who
make use of social media influencers who does their stuff on social media?
Literally, since it's an
they
online
live
based
and breathe on social media. So that's the people you should look out for.
Still, I still think that it's also important that the person, whoever it is, has a knowledge of what.
Of course, before you bring an influencer in, you would have given him like a rundown of what you want to do. You understand? So not like you just pick someone and say, okay, come, I'm giving you 2 million naira, help me do this stuff. Sometimes you just waste your money. So at the end of the day, you need to understand that, okay, this person you're bringing in, does he have an idea of this particular
and does their
industry?
audience?
Yes, does their audience also relates to this type of industry? So that's where you now strike a deal and to work.
So you've been running the brand for approximately 3 years now. How well has Publicity House been able to impact small scale or medium scale businesses?
Okay.
So excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. So this is okay now. So during the lockdown in 2020, I was at home 2 months. So like, what can I do? What can I do to help businesses that are struggling? Businesses that are just there because they have an address, they have a logo that they feel somebody designed for them. You now feel they've started business. So how can I help them? So I did something. I did a branding conference online.
Okay.
An online branding conference. So I brought in different content guys, experts to do stuff on IG, and it was amazing because I got the best of the best guys. So we talked about this. So answer to your question. So I've been able to give back to the community without them paying me for free. And in June 26, I also did a digital summit to help social media users, businesses, brands, individuals understand the use of social media in this particular time that we're in. So there's so much power on social media, and people are just scratching the surface. There's a whole lot of things to do on social media. So it has always been me giving back, and I've done a whole lot of things. Like even last year, I did like a skill up kind of stuff for free. So I do it for free. So I'm giving it back Because I remember me starting up all of these things. I didn't think I was going to do something like this because the whole idea was to go into school, computer science, coding, and all of those things. So I still have a passion for it, but you know, those days I used to go to cyber cafes and I would buy time. Started with online designs. I would do birthday designs for my friends, and they got to a time they started laughing at me. I'm like, the money I was supposed to use to eat, I used to buy time in the cafe. But over time, I grew doing these things, and this is where we are. So they've come to me for logos, problem with their businesses. So sometimes I remind them, like, remember those times that you say,
Yeah, be me.
yes. So that's the idea. Like I've given back to at least a number of people that's attached to the name Danzo. So the brand name Danzo personally, so there's no face to publicity house. Most people don't know I own publicity house, so people feel I work there. So there's publicity house. Publicity house has a brand personality that's cool. We're there, provide solutions.
Okay, that's nice. You said you've worked with many clients, and as an expert, a branding expert, what are those challenges you face trying to help businesses grow or put their brands out there?
Okay, first, one of the challenges is that most of the clients don't really know what they want.
Tell me about it. I think it's very common.
They just said, I want to go viral.
Yeah, exactly.
I want my followers to increase.
Exactly.
So most of these clients don't know what they want. So at the end of the day, your clients or customers are always right. But so what I usually do is I do what they want first.
Cost and cost.
Yeah, so they're paying.
Okay.
So I do what they want first. So along the line, I will now advise them that if we would have done it this way, it would have given us positive results than what we already have. So one of the challenges is that most of them don't know what they want, or some of them don't know what they want. What do I mean by they don't know what they want? So some of them, they just have somebody download an app on Play Store and do like
those cartoons,
mock-up.
yeah.
A mock-up that they call a logo.
A logo. It's like
So now,
it's like really shiny
yes,
on
it's
the
like
wall.
shiny on the wall. So
I hate that
so
thing.
they call it a logo.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you try to
I
explain
hate
to them
that thing. I
that
remember.
this is not a logo.
This is
like
a mock-up on
a
business
It's a
card.
mock-up.
You can't use for a business card. This is like a JPEG. What I'm like a pictorial
Representation of how it will look like.
No, of what you do or how it will look like, how your logo will look
In the
like
physical.
on
On a
wall.
wall.
Yes, like a 3D representation. So they were like, no, this is a logo. So you now have to explain to them. Some of them don't. You start arguing with them. You know why we say like that? You understand?
Yeah, I know.
So that's one of the mistakes they do. So they feel. I'm not trying to bring down what other people do, but this is it. You can't reach out to somebody who does logo for 1,000 naira for you and expect something good in return. Somebody who cannot really explain what the logo stands for. Okay, what does this thing stand for? What does this color stand for? What does this shape stand for? What does this thing stand for? Like there's no proper breakdown of the components.
Yeah,
Because
because even in our brand here, in our brand guide, there's a breakdown of this circle, this light bulb you're looking at. I remember when we came, they explained in detail. The light means ideas. The arrows meant something.
Somebody will pay 1,000 naira for it's just something that just gets your name per pick an icon
Any
and
shape.
pack and
You
send
put
it
it
like,
on
oh, I have logo. No, so if you look at publicity house logo, it's like
an antenna.
yes, so there's an antenna there.
Yeah,
You can remember. So there's an antenna. So what does the antenna do? So like it's like shouting.
Network.
It's
Something
like
that.
networking. So I didn't just wake up one morning and say, okay, orange, P and H. No. So
Right.
like there's a proper breakdown of what the logo stands for, what we do. So I've gone online. I've seen people clone my logo.
Wow.
So
I think that happens everywhere.
Yeah, so I've
like,
seen people clone my logo. I'm like, okay, yes, I'm doing something nice. For people to copy it, that means you're doing something amazing. So that's the number 2 challenge. The third challenge is that at the end of the day, the results they want, what they want is not really what you want for them. So now they want to make sales. To who? It's always a
No
question.
target audience.
So to who?
No
In the
target
big question mark.
audience,
So
yeah.
who are you selling to?
And
So
then
imagine somebody who does.
Construction.
Yeah, so construction will not really push online because you need referrals.
Yeah.
So a contractor who does stuff now come to you and say, okay, I want you to open an Instagram page for me. You just snap houses of. Also, like, what makes you think you can snap a house and put on your social media and say you're a contractor? So stuff like that cannot really fly. You understand? So people who do social media management, you can at least say, I worked on this page. You understand? You have like a before and after picture representation of when you started working on the page and after you're done on the page. So these are so people don't really understand that, okay, madam, this your business cannot fly. No, but they say you can lead. No,
Yeah,
madam. So it's not all about the money you're paying me. So I'm one of the persons that would not always ask for your money first. So I always ask you the question, what do you want to do? So by the time you ask them what do you want to do, I'll be like, hey, I want my followers grow. No. It's not really about your followers. So what if your followers grow? What's the next step?
And there's a difference between followers and clients. Because you have to ensure that your followers can buy from you.
I can decide to buy followers and I have 20,000 and you have 4 likes.
Yes. Because there's some brands that no matter what you do, you can never have 100k followers just because of the market you serve.
Yeah, so
you can never have 100k, but you can't compare yourself with Mr. Macaroni.
Yeah, so the thing is, I know of somebody who I worked on the page and the page did not grow more than 1,300. And if you open a DM,
there is always
like everybody's asking now,
that's
how much is
the
it? So everybody wants to buy from her. So I just told her, what you need to focus and push your money to sponsored
people
adverts.
buying.
Yes,
the people that need
people,
it, not
so
just followers.
Having 20,000 followers.
Yeah. Let's quickly go on a short break, and when we're back, we'll be back to wrap up the session. We still have Danzo here, and we still have the fun segment, so don't go anywhere. We're still here.
And I told my mom, even engineering thing, I don't think it's my thing. Yeah, I went to school and I came out with good grades, but I don't think that is what I actually want to do.
Get better at what you do. If you keep getting better, the followers will come.
It's going to run a business. Usually a business wants to deliver value, and you have to determine first, what solutions. I mean, what are the needs available? What are the solutions that I can offer?
FCMB, my bank and I.
All right, guys, we are back, and over to you, Kukuri.
Okay, it's been a nice conversation so far, and I've learned a lot. Thank you. Really appreciate your insight. So, finally, for the serious segment, what are those 5 particular things that a brand should not do in order not to, destroy the reputation they've built?
Okay. So I'm going to start from the online. I might pick more than 5. So one of the mistakes that I see businesses do online is jump on trends that's not related to what you do.
Important.
So you now see businesses go on Insta blog and start fighting people, insulting people with a business page. And tell somebody is
any publicity is publicity.
So any publicity.
That's what
they say. Okay, what do you say? What do you say to that? But we'll go back to the question. But what do you say about that?
I feel some people say there's nothing like
bad publicity.
There's always something like bad publicity.
Okay.
So if I come to a restaurant and I'm eating and I see cockroach, that's bad publicity. So there's nothing like, what do you want to tell me that the cockroach, do you get? So another person can say, last week I saw wall gecko. Do you understand? So that's not something I will go with. Any bad publicity, no. I think that would only work for public figures.
I think that's
media.
Public figures are okay. They say Daniel Friday has a baby mama. Like, okay, so I can come out and say, am I not allowed to have a girlfriend? Am I not allowed to? Do you understand? So that works. But for businesses that have to do with services, you can't deliver. Let's say I buy this table from you and deliver it and it's broken. And I come out and say this is bad, and you say
it's good publicity.
It can't be good publicity, for crying out loud. It's something I want to use and you deliver it broken. So I think the bad publicity thing works for public figures, maybe movies, and they say, okay, maybe we turn the narrative, and no. So it doesn't work for service, it doesn't work for goods. So imagine me ordering shawarma from you. But I've seen big
brands jump on trends and make this
but
drag.
there was one trend, there was one time. Okay.
So now, the put your hands, the shoulder challenge, put your hands on your shoulder. So I did something on it on Publicity House. You go to the page. So now I did emotional graphics on it. I used the song and I passed a positive message that you shouldn't jump on trends that later you would regret. It's a message. So I saw a lot of ladies on Twitter, go all nude because they wanted to jump on trends. So what happens to you when you now pick up a job that has to do with you coming out or holding a public office, and people now have videos of you.
I know. I said.
So
I told her
Okay,
one
so
day
I
we
think,
have to
I
have.
think it's okay. Like I've seen, like especially, I'll use TikTok as a reference. I have actually seen brands and people jump on a challenge using just a sound, but not necessarily. So there's a way you can jump on a
you can jump on trend
on a
positively,
trend,
so
but
to
in a
make
positive
yes,
light.
yes.
Yes.
So I see people use musical instrumentals and use their workers come and dance and all. So
Yeah, like
customer
Jerusalem.
week. So customer week and all. So that's using trends positively to push your brand. So all of those negative things online, I'm not in support of it. So that's 1. 2. Now, the things you should not do is don't delete comments, negative comments on your page.
Okay.
So when somebody comes to your page and says, a good example is maybe one of these network providers and says, my network have not been going since, or banks, you now start deleting people's comments. So that means you're not competent to
receive
feedback.
receive feedback. So that's why I'm talking about personality. So if you can't see people's negative stuff, that means you have a personality to your brand. If you see stuff like I want to delete it, that means that's hit you so hard. So if you can't
Take
the hit,
criticism.
then you should not come out to business. So that's another thing is do not place money over the services you do. What do I mean? So now a whole lot of people, I'm not saying you should not go for money. Yeah, the whole money thing is good. So if your services do not match the money they are paying you, then you shouldn't be doing the business. So imagine me coming to you and say, I want you to influence my brand and I'm paying you 5 million naira. And since the day we signed the deal, I don't have sales. So why then are you there? Do you understand? So why then that's me investing my money in the wrong way. So there's no return on investment. So always understand that your service first before the money. So now this is it. You are there to serve and not there to pick people's money. It's good to pick people's money, but you are there first to serve.
Value.
So you have value. So you need to sell value first. So imagine me going to the bank and say I want to bring out my money and they're telling me, there's no money on ground though. And you have to come back on Thursday, we have your money. So why is the bank open? So you should be ready to do business. Your service is first. And for big brands, always pay attention to the little voices the people working with you are saying. So it's not really about everybody stand up, move. Do you get? What is happening outside is a reflection of what's happening inside. So if people working with you cannot
project your brand.
So if I'm working with ProShare and I'm not proud to share videos on my page, so that means
there's something wrong.
There's something wrong somewhere. Like I cannot upload the videos of program I'm doing.
Or me working in ProShare.
So imagine Bukumi cannot upload video, or Fina cannot upload a video of any of the episodes. So that means something is wrong. And on your page, you cannot say you are a presenter.
It's ProShare.
On your page, you cannot say original 100% leather bags. And nobody can associate ProShare with what you do. So that's so you first need to make your workers happy. So it's really not about the money per se. I've seen a whole lot of companies, a whole lot of brands do the team bonding, let's go out to parks,
I
the
think
office, and do all of those things.
Those things are always interesting.
Those things, you don't need to give them money.
They'll be projecting the brand for you.
So by then they have like a team bond, like, okay, what's up? I think what will happen in that project? So you now hear people say real life stuff about the challenges, having this working on any project. Do you understand?
You see it often on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, you say, "Oh, okay, I'm leaving. I'm just joining this new job, blah blah blah." Or when they are leaving, those they give like the right tributes and all of those. And I feel like it's really good for brands. And when people do team bonding, I can post reels. I can do videos of me and my coworkers and stuff. And it happens a lot with
so
companies.
And finally. Never pay people's money without doing their job. So you have
all of these things actually reflect a lot on brand because these days we have online ratings, and once people rate you badly online, it reflects on your brand.
Let me give you a good example. So imagine me selling a bag and Bokumi says, "Oh, I love this bag. How much is it?" And I say it's 35,000. She sends me money and I block her.
Okay, that's a scam.
The business ends there because Bukumi will come out and tell Fina will tell this person.
But you're ruining. But that's not a real brand wouldn't even do something like that to start with. So
I'm saying, like she said, so brand. No, don't say that. So brands do it. Don't you see? Okay, I've seen a whole lot of people call out furniture brands.
True.
So what I'm saying, like, you want them to do a chair and you do
Maybe
something
there was
different.
a mistake somewhere, because I always think that there has to be a reason why that happened.
So if I don't usually side the brands for doing mistakes. There's a room for communication.
True.
So if you feel,
you
if
have
you
to
feel you cannot
communicate.
deliver this thing, tell this person right on time. So you understand? So I saw a lady come out online and said she took her cat to a place and the cat was sick and blah blah, and they didn't know what happened. Maybe they sold the cat, or maybe the cat flew away or whatever. She went back to get her pets back, and those people were, so they were not
Acting funny.
Yes, they were acting funny, so they were not really true to her. Like, she had to take them to court. So people say, like, is it ordinary cat? Like, you don't understand what
The cat means.
Yes, it means to the person. So I don't like people saying, is it not ordinary design? No, there's nothing ordinary about what somebody does.
Yes.
So is it not ordinary cameraman? Is it not ordinary presenter? No, there's nothing ordinary for the person to take that thing
as a source of
as a source of livelihood. Then it's not ordinary to the person. So don't say a business is ordinary when you can't fit into their shoes. So whatever you're doing, let your business stand out. Let it represent whatever you put on your page. If you say one of your mission or your vision is to touch brands and the way you're touching them is to make them cry, then then you should stop doing business.
All right.
So
right.
I think
that's been great. But we've talked about all the serious business. For now, what we would like to know is, who are you outside of the city house and doing when you're not doing business? What do you do? What do you do for fun?
I play PS4.
I can tell because you're pumped.
So I'm a game person. If I don't play PS4, so I play football. I don't play football, I dance.
Okay,
So
great.
I'm not the crowd type, so I don't do the sit outs and the noise music. So I love music, but but there's something that I usually do. So if I'm ready to go out to face the noise, my plan is that I'm going to face
mentally.
So I'm there, like, no. So I'm the PlayStation. I like taking pictures.
Too.
I'm not a picture person, but I like taking pictures.
Okay, like you like holding the camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. All right, it was great having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to have you next time when we get to discuss PR and maybe social media issues. We hope you've learned something important today on this topic of branding for millennial businesses. For more information regarding the stock market and other business resources, kindly visit www.proshareng.com. Till next time.